Harness your rage and focus. Strike it down. Suffering to the conquered. Kill or be killed. Do not hesitate. Harness your rage and focus. Strike it down.
Can you feel it, my son? Closing in all around you. The light's justice has been awakened. The sins of the past have finally caught up to you. You will be called to account. Look now to your defenses, my son, for the champions of justice gather at your gates.
Let them come. Frostmourne hungers.
All right. We'll just make sure we're all ticking along nicely. Boom, 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 boom. Testing. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, no hassles. Let me close off a few things. So it's Prepatch has dropped. I've updated all my add-ons. I literally live. It's 1:30 in the morning my time, Australian time. So that's kept me out of the game. We need to. It's good to see we've actually got things happening here. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to. Oh, glyphs, destruction, Demonology. All right, we need to. Oh, like that. I wasn't playing with LVUI on the pre-patch or the beta. So let's just. Oh, looks there's some Death Knights already. Alrighty. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a pre-patch Destro Warlock spec going. So we're gonna go 56 points in the destruction tree, and we've got the option to go a couple of points into the Affliction tree to get 2% extra hit with spells, and we get some mana reduction on Affliction spells. Well, that doesn't mean shit because we're Destro. Okay, so what we're gonna do is actually, ooh. We can always change it. It's not going to be a problem. All right, so we're going to jump into the Destro tree. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with the first tree, which is Bane. Now, Bane has changed. Now, basically, a Destro Warlock is... honestly, I wish they made it green fire straight away, but they haven't. But basically, a Destro Warlock is no longer chucking shadowbolts. You can if you want to, but the Destro tree, like it did in TBC, like it did in Wrath, enhances fire damage. And it should be shadow fire or fell fire, because then it's a combination of shadow fire damage. So it means all shadow damage should count towards your spell power. Let me just check a few things. 1286. All right. So we're going to pump this up to 5. So this is going to reduce our cast times on our emulate and self-fire spells. So let's pump that up by 5. So it reduces the cast time of your Shadowbolt, Cast Bolt, and emulate spells by half a second. Now you can improve Shadowbolt. This is great for Affliction. This is great for Demonology. But we're going to go Bane because we're basically going to be a fire chucker. All right, so we've got 5 in Bane. Okay. All right, and then we're going to put 2 in Aftermath. Now, for leveling in Wrath and the pre-patch, I've had access. I still got access to the beta. Been pretty busy this last 3.5 weeks or so. But I could tell you the stories behind that. But look, Aftermath is great for leveling as a Destro Warlock because all your fire spells are going to daze targets. And because I'm so geared, I was killing things so fast. Now, they do recommend to put 3 points into Cataclysm, which gives you about 10% reduction on mana. But I'm a Destro, I'm a Warlock. I just life tap, and suddenly I magically get more life. So I'm gonna go Molten Skin simply because I'm gonna get reduced damage. Because 10% on that, it's not gonna do much for me. Let me just double check. I'm still ticking along nicely here. Let me just double check. Okay, alright. So we're going to Demonic Power, reduce the Lash of Pain, spells by 3, reduces the cast time of event. So this turns your Imp into a Firebolt. We're going to definitely take Shadowburn. Yep. And we are going to go 5 points into Ruin. Now, Ruin has always been, I believe, a 1 point spell because it gives you incredible, it's like it was massively good. This gives you 5. Because then it basically increases your critical strike damage bonus of your destruction spells and Imp's Firebolt spells by 100%. You know, you can't argue with that. Let me just quickly shut this down and see if I need to do any training.
Hey! Daylight's burning.
Yes, daylight is burning. Alrighty. A new generation. Okay. Shade of Being, number 9. Alrighty, now we've got the next couple of abilities. We've got Intensity. We've got Destructive Reach. So, Destructive Reach increases the range of destruction spells by 10% and the threat reduced by 10%, and if we do it twice, that's 20/20. Good range, happy days. Now, Intensity, we need Intensity because Intensity gives us 3 into Backlash, and as you can see by the Backlash, it's basically an additional crit, and if we get clobbered, we can get some extra stuff. We put a point in Devastation, all right, and then we pump Emulate up. Because Emulate becomes one of our main casting spells. Alright. Now we drop down and we've got a choice here. Do we take these Nether Protection? Do we take Soul Leech and improve Soul Leech? These have benefits, but reality is you're nerfing your potential DPS. So we're a pure DPS class, so we need to pump. So we're going to pump. So you can see this just increases our damage, of fire damage, by a healthy amount. Increase the damage done by your fire spells by 50%. Reduce the cast time of your Incinerate by another 1/4 second. Yeah, not so bad. All right, so Conflag. Conflag's really nice when you got the glyph. Without the glyph, it's not so fun, but we're going to tick it on because we want to have it. Now, this spell here, we could drop this, but this is potentially when you critical strike with Searing Pain or Conflag, your fire and shadow spells do an extra 10%. So you got 6% bonus damage for like 10 seconds. So it adds up, but you know, at the end of the day, Shadow and Fire, it's pretty much like it was. It just boosts our Shadow and Fire damage. Okay, why am I friends with Golden Knight? I don't know. Alrighty, so then we've got, when you cast Conflag, your cast time and global cooldown. So this just gives you basically a haste there for 3 casts. So when you cast Conflag, Conflagrate, the cast time and global cooldown of your next 3 non-channel destruction spells is reduced by 30%. So, you know, anything you hard cast effectively. So you basically conflag, you blast it. Happy days. Shadow Fury turns us into an AoE stun god. Do huge damage, as you've seen with my previous videos. And then we've got Empowered Imp. Now, Empowered Imp is something... Increases the damage done by Imp by, when it's maxed at 30%. All critical hits done by Imp have a 100% chance to increase the spell crit hit chance of your next spell behind it. This effect lasts 8 seconds. So effectively, you're investing 3 points to get more DPS, and it's just going to be, you know, it's going to be going on and off, going on and off. We put fire into Fire and Brimstone. For me, I just think of this one, the spell from Mr. Pandaria. Increases the damage done by your... The target affect your emote by 10% and the critical strike chance of your conflag. So just, again, boosting all your fire damage because you are a fire warlock now. And we get to be true fire warlock, but it should be green fire. Green fire. We take Chaos Bolt because, baby, we're going to be Chaos Bolting. And we're going to be firing and carrying on. Now, this is the option we've only got 5 points left over. So there's a recommendation, as I said in pre-patch, that you put 2 points in suppression, giving you 2% hit, and you put 3 points in improved imp. Now, at the end of the day, you can do these things. You know, you might want to pump your life up. I've got less stamina. If we go 3 in that, what are we getting there? About 10% or 12% extra stamina, which adds up. Which adds up. But what I'm probably going to do is I probably want to make the imp as effective as possible. So we're going to pump the imp with 3. So that gives the imp a nice boost. And then I'm going to Fel Synergy. Now, Fel Synergy is like the tier 5 TBC, what do you call it? Tier set bonus that you know you get. You have a chance to. Yeah, you've got you have a 100% chance to heal your pet with the X amount of damage of your thing. So we're going to do that first because the last thing we want to do is lose our pet because it's quite a bit of a drop. So you have a 100% chance to heal your pet for 50% of the amount of spell damage done by you. Now, as I said, we could have gone, you know, this is a pre-patch build. You could have put a couple points in suppression. It really boils down to where your hit is. And for me, I'm not quite. I need a better helm, neck. What else do I need? Potentially a trinket. Maybe a ring. And I'm almost full biz for tier 6. But I haven't been raiding since early August, I think, or late July or early August. I think it might have been early August, simply because my guild that I was in was a bunch of puffs and they just gave up. Yeah, it's a whole that's a video in itself. We'll just leave that be. So after a couple of weeks of sitting down the side watching them just flop around, I decided to leave, and now they want me to come back. But yeah, don't give up. Don't give up. Okay, so we've basically got that all sorted. So now we need to get our imp out. Okay. So we've got a few changes here we need to make with our macros. Yeah, we've got to make that. We've got to make a few changes here. So, okay. All right, so we're going to update our macros because I already nearly stuffed up my macro. P, okay. Okay, so when I press this one, it's firing off all my stuff. So that's happy days. This trinket, what are we doing? Oh. No, we don't need to put the ranks in, but... Okay, so that's fine. We'll take that off. What do we got here? Pet cast. Okay. All right, we're going to put Curse of Elements at 3 because now we've lost. We've lost a few things. Okay. I'm just going to double check if I can do some training at all.
Salutations. Be seeing you.
I'll be seeing you. Yep. Now, I'll put corruption to the side simply because... Emulate. Conflag. I don't think we can have 3 health stones anymore, or use them. All right, so we've got Chaos Bolt. Is that rank 2? Yep, okay. Okay. We have corruption up. Let's pet follow. I think that's I'm just going to log out because that's going to save my macros. We'll log back in. Oh. Alrighty, so we're just going to have that done. So we're just under 10k. So we've got a few changes here. I just got to see what gear. So what is considered to be better? Because I've got a lot of hit, and I don't need as much hit. Yeah, there always seems to be like a range of people. I think it's see the Oceania servers are based, I believe, at the space in Sydney in Australia, which is the east coast of Australia. And if you're not aware, 80% of Australia's population lives on the eastern coast of Australia, spread between the city of Brisbane, with about 2.5 million people, down to Sydney, which is about 4.5 to 5 million people, and then you've got Melbourne and the capital Canberra, which is in between Sydney and Melbourne, and Melbourne's about 4 million to 5 million people too. So about, like I said, upwards of 80% of the Australian population lives in this far right corner of Australia, because that's where all the most of the best land is, and supports bigger populations. But there seems to be, whether it's we have Perth is a far western capital of the Western Australia, state of Western Australia, and it shares the same time zone of Indonesia, Singapore. So they tend to, I think there's a lot of Western Australians and Asian countries that are about 2 to 3 hours behind this time. So 2 a.m. East Coast is about midnight, 11 o'clock normal time for those people. So they want to come on and start doing things at certain times. I wonder why there's, where is everyone? And it is Thursday morning, and on a work night, so you're not going to get too many people out and about doing stuff. But anyway, let's offload a few things here. So I don't know if these goes up. All the Death Knights are buying it. Oh God, probably should just what have we got? Epics. As usable. Oh God, look at all the stuff that is up for sale. Weapons, armor. I don't think anything can be really made. Yeah. Cloth. Geez, people still making belts of blasting. Nimble thought. Cloak of darkness. Okay. Sunfire robes. Who's making those? Okay. Recipes. Tailoring. Right. Well, let's see if we can get our glyphs, and if they're not too expensive on here at the moment. Yeah, okay. So incinerate is one. So this is Prepatch best glyphs for Destro Warlock would be Glyph of the Imp, which increases Imp's damage by 20%, and Glyph of Incinerate, which is 5% extra damage from that. And then there's Glyph of Drained Soul, which, yeah, it's not going to happen. All right. Just want to make sure. Oh, geez, that's really cheap. Yeah, we'll buy that. and glue of imp. Wow. Well, I'm happy. Those are really cheap, actually. And what's the other one? Drain soul. Let's. Yeah, we're not spending 25 gold for a minor glyph. So any Death Knights? I suppose there wouldn't be. They'd be all leveling. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What have we got here? Incinerate. Wow. Made that pretty fast.
What can I do for you? Safe travels.
Gonna send my paladin. That. Okay. 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 Just gotta make sure we save that. Come back into the game. Still getting some errors. We need some updates. Okay, so let's just quickly recap on our build. So I haven't spent the 1,000 gold to get my second spec out because I'm not in a race to get it done right at this second. But yeah, we've gone 56 points into Destro, being a Destro Fire Warlock, and you can see the talents. Where I compromised, I didn't go with Cataclysm. I went with Molten Skin, taking 6% less damage. It is what it is. There's some options whether you take Nether Protection, Soul Leech. In a raid setting, I think most definitely. And we could have gone a couple of points into, say, 2 points in Suppression and 3 into Improved Imp. What I've done is gone 3, and then I've gone 2 for getting a 100% chance to heal my pet 15% of the damage I output. And I'd rather keeping him healed up, if you know what I mean. So let's just... We've got fire, we've got spellstone.
What can I get for you?
Hey, well, good here. Ah, these stacks of fire.
Safe travels.
Alright, so we're going to create spellstone. Ooh. We can take a haste rating up. Oh, the 413. That's not too bad. So what spell this does? Increases damage dealt by periodic spells by 1% and spell haste by 40. And what does the oh, so increases direct damage by 1% and spell crit by 35. Periodic spell, so that would be dots. But more spell haste. We'll see. We'll see how we go. But it probably for Destro, you definitely probably want to be using a Firestone. Oh, there's a DK. Happy days. Actually, let's just have a look at this. Trade goods. Enchanting. Where did I see that? Someone posted scroll. Oh, okay, so people are pumping out scrolls. So that's why I want to keep enchanting, because I didn't realize we had that in Wrath. And I need to be able to make that myself. Don't know if these are buyable from the NPCs. Okay. 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 But just want to quickly test my rotations out.
How are you?
Is there an inscription?
Be good.
Oh, he's right there, is he? Okay.
Would you like to purchase something?
Oh.
What's on your mind?
Okay.
Watch your back.
Great to meet you. Keep your feet on the ground.
All right, let's go.
What's on your mind? Keep your feet on the ground.
To the Isle of Quel'Thath. All right. Quel'Danas. I'm drinking something that I remember when I was backpacking through America back in the day. One of my aunts over there, She goes, is there a drink that isn't alcoholic that I could get you at the store or something? I said, oh yeah, look, back in Australia we have this soft drink, what you call pop drinks, I think, or something like that. It's called double sarsaparilla. And she was like, sarsaparilla? I said, yeah, it's alcohol. I said, no, well, it's just, this is double sarsaparilla, so it's twice as strong. 3 times as strong. It's just got a really strong taste to it. That's us Australians. We're crazy. %. And I possibly got to change shadow and frost spell damage because I'm losing out here. Yeah. Oh, where's my boy?
Baladash, Malanore. The reckoning is at hand.
Arcanon Poros. Remember, lessons.
Yes, lessons of the past.
The eternal sun guides us.
So I've waited on my Warlock, my Horde Warlock and my Alliance Warlock. I've never gone and spent gold to get them out because I knew it would eventually become a spell. And here we are in Wrath, 3 years later. 3 years. I'm casting different spells. I am 54 spell power down. Don't know if my damage is working. Honestly. Oops. So used to pressing that button. Bound to do it again. Okay.
Some little guy.
Clobbered over. I think you do bigger crits on with shadowbolt, but you do higher consistent damage. But it, like I basically. Okay. Oh. Oh.
Can't we all just get along?
Alright, so we've selected the spells. I'm just going to do... I know people rated tonight in Sunwell, and I'm just going to go online and just see how well the Warlock specs did today. I may actually stream it along so you got a point of reference. Now you're going, why are you doing this, Thok or Koala Farmer? Why are you doing this? Well, because the enchant I've got on, and it's an expensive enchant, it's cheaper now than it has been, but it's 54 shadow and frost spell damage. If I'm chucking all fire spells, it means I'm getting no benefit from that, because I was a shadow warlock. Okay.
Glory to the Sindorai. Stay there.
Anu Belore de la Na.
The Legion will fall. Be well.
Glory to the Sindori.
Our enemies will fall. Keep your wits about
The
you.
Legion will fall. Good health.
Alright, this should get us to 300 gold. Alright, so we'll just pick up this here, then we'll do that, and we will be at 21k 300 gold. And we're going to spend 1,000 getting dual spec, so. Because it only makes sense. When I came into RAF, I didn't even probably know about the pre-patch. I might have experienced it very, very briefly, but I was none the wiser. I was just, my stuff's been reset and I don't have to spend money to. Oh, okay, and then just, you know, I knew enough back then to Google and look shit up, because that's what you did. You went to websites. Nowadays, it's YouTube channels. But anyway. Boom.
Good fortune.
Okay.
Remember the lesson.
Anaria Shola. Chorelaran.
We will persevere. Salama Ashalanore.
Okay. All right. Oh, what happened there? Our airstrikes are complete. Beautiful. Alright, I'm just looking at who did all the damage in Sunwell at the moment. In pre-patch resetting of Sunwell raiding. And yeah, Jesus. There's some gear, boys. So looking at Remulos, let me just bring up my screen here, window capture. Okay. Oh. Get rid of that image. Just double check that's all going through. Okay. So what you're seeing there. So this is pre-patch. This would have happened today, earlier today. August the 31st. Well, it's the 1st of September now for me. The damage is very high. I did have, before we stopped raiding, the second highest damage of Brutalis, just on 3k damage. I was 2,999 or something. The highest guy was 3,100 or something. and he was in first place, I was second. Let me just... You can't see that I'm doing the quest, so just give me a second.
Unkillable Delana. The reckoning is at hand.
Okay. Don't know why those skills are going nuts. Alright, so we're looking at the... we're looking at all the 3 Warlock specs combined, and this is on Brutalis at the moment. Let me just make sure that that's what I'm displaying. Okay, yep. Okay. And I think that looks clear. Let me just check how it's streaming on. Ah, yeah, that's easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Oh, I didn't realise you could see me swapping between those things. Okay. Alright, so we've got... so this is Brutalis. We've got 4k damage, nearly 4100 damage on Brutalis fight with the... It looks like Destro Warlock from Nice, and on these, whatever you're going to pronounce it. And so 3 Destro Warlocks with a Demo Warlock up there. The Demo Warlock is in a very good guild, and he's very geared, 154. Means he's pretty much got all, he's pretty much in biz. So you got three. So the big issue not going Affliction for me is that, and I think a lot of people go on Affliction because they think Affliction is the be all and end all of, they're told that Affliction is the #1 raid spec. Let me help correct you right now. Why isn't Affliction the #1 raid spec? We're in pre-patch. Destro is extremely bursty, and with the amount of gear and stuff, you want to be able to punch hard and fast, and the bosses just don't have enough life. Now, it is pre-patch, and this is sunwell, and it's been nerfed. I believe the damage that your class has been able to do have gone up by a good percentage, but also the sunwell fights have been nerfed a bit too. So the boss, I believe the boss's lives have come down, and some of the mechanics have come down. So that's circumstantial stuff. But the big factor is the life of the boss has come down. Now with Affliction, can you be the top DPSer? Yeah, you can. But what I experienced on pre-patch and Wrath Beta is that Destro was really good. Really, really rock solid and really good. And it was going to be very strong, and I was pulling 4K on beta, and I wasn't even properly geared or set up properly, and I had bad lag. I was playing with 300-400 ping when I'm used to 2015 nowadays. But I can see that three of the 4 Warlocks at the top on Brutalis, which is a standstill fight, are Destro, and I think potentially Destro's got it simply because the fact is Affliction. So Wrath Lich King finished what, 2010? So it started in November of 2008. I think it went to sometime in 2010. Could be wrong. But what's happened in the 10 to 12 years that Wrath came out is that a lot of people, I'd say the last 8 years. So what's that take that? 22? My God. Oh my God. So since 2014 onwards, people have been playing on private servers. And because Wrath got old, to keep the private servers ticking over, they kept upgrading the raid bosses' lives. Now, not in pre-patch so much, not in sunwell, but in Wrath itself. And where I'm going with this is that, so as a compensation for the last 8 years, which is a long time for an expansion to be active at that level that people be playing on private servers, they were playing Affliction, which has got a great execute mechanic, and if the boss has got a lot of 4 times or 5 times the life, and you get down to the 20% or 25, 20 to 35%, whatever it is, and Demonology has an execute as well. We do a lot more damage when the boss life is at a lower percentage. For Affliction, it's a lot easier. You start doing tremendous amounts of damage, or a lot more damage. And Destro sort of drops off then because that sort of extra boss life favours Affliction. So I knew potentially in Sunwell that Destro should be stronger, and I'm just seeing people, it appears, have done that. But that's on the first boss. That's Brutalis. That's a standstill casting sort of fight. There are quite a few Affliction. There's more Affliction. Well, no, there's a few Destros. But there are a few Affliction up there. But I think Affliction's rotation, you got to cast a couple of dots. You're constantly dotting up and casting Shadowbolt and your dot, and you're casting your dot. It's not... There's a lot to keep ticking over. Whereas Destro, it's really straightforward and simple, and you keep getting haste boost and keep getting all these extra benefits. So, you know, happy days, happy days. Now, let's have a look here. What's Boda? Yeah, so he's got that neck. Yeah, he's done well for himself with gold and everything. He's done all right with gold, the son of a bitch. All right, so let's go to the next boss. Let's go to Felmist. Who's the king here in Felmist? Yes, Destro again. So, again, it's sort of reading the same. In the top 5, there's 3 Destros, 1 Demonology, and an Affliction Warlock. And basically, Felmist, unless it's been nerfed or unless its mechanics have been changed, it's really doing a lot of single target damage. So I'm surprised actually Affliction's not stronger, because you're putting up a lot of dots and you're keeping the dots. But it is all about burst. But seems to be a lot more Destro Warlocks there to me, and I think people will probably realise, especially in pre-patch, to stay Destro. Because it's going to give you more bang for buck. But I could be proven wrong, because I haven't pre-checked this, I haven't gamed this, I don't know. These are just like, these raids would have happened in the last 6 to 8 hours. So it's 2 a.m. On a Thursday morning, so most people raid on Wednesday 7 p.m. onwards, 7 to 7:30. So yeah, 5, 6 hours ago. Okay, so that's Felmist. Let's go to the Eridar Twins. Again, 3 Destro Warlocks are top boys. Are they top boys by much? Not really, no. But it's the same names. And I'm looking at my old guild here, Demonology Warlock. But he does have the neck, which is really good. So he's still got some shitty... He has got the best trinkets, but yeah, that's not going to stop him. So there is a bit of a mixture there, but there's the green demo. It's good to see some demos doing quite solid damage, because they would be giving a lot of enhanced damage. So let me just check mages on that. So mages doing well. Chelsea fan, that son of a bitch. Nashi, yeah, okay, she nearly did 4k, so Nashi's decently geared. Okay, what about Balance Druids? Oh, they did some. Oh, one did a really good damage. There's not a lot of Balance Druids. And I'm looking for a balance through that. Obviously, they didn't raid. Maybe they raid on Thursdays. Okay, let's go back to Warlocks. So, Eridar Twins. So, we got Destro again. The top three, or the top, in majority of the time, it looks like Destro is doing the most damage. Affliction's there, Demonology's there, and Demonology's bringing huge utility to the raid. I'm going to have to look at a couple of videos. Okay, and let's go to Muru. Actually expected Muru to be more damage. Because that damage is about the same in... It's about the same. But again, it's Destro again. And let's go to kill Jaden. And again, it's Destro again. Okay, and Boda's doing alright. He's up there with Demonology. He's been the solid demo Warlock in a few of the fights. So we got he was up there in Muru. Okay, Eridar Twins. He was up there. Yeah. Actually, let's see if he was the top dog. He's second there, Muru. Top dog on Muru by and kill Jaden. Okay. Now, I just want to see what most of his damage was. Oh, mostly shadowbolt. Okay. Maybe they just single target down mirror. I'd have to review the yeah. But from what I've seen there, it's working out what I expected. I expected Affliction to be... Sorry. I expected Destro to probably be the strongest damaging spec. I'll probably review a couple of videos. I thought Affliction would be very close. Not too far behind, but I think it would still be behind Destro. And then Demonology would be around there. It depends on the fights and how much they've been nerfed. I heard there's mobs and bosses have been removed. I didn't get a chance to test it on the PTR myself, but what I'm saying there is, yeah, definitely Destro. You want to be Destro pre-patch for dungeons and raiding. The great thing is if you dual spec, you've got the option to change. I think just the thing that gives Destro the edge, it's probably not talking to the other two. Demonology is its main role is not to be the top dog DPSer. Can you be the top dog DPSer? Yes, you can, but you bring a lot of utility, you bring in a big spell buff, you bring in a few other knick-knack, paddywhacks. Destro, depending on how you're spec'd, you can be... I'm thinking those Destro Warlocks are very geared as well. 154, so they must be almost... Oh, shit. Best in slot. Let's just have a look. Yeah, they got the neck. Ah, yeah, they got that. Oh, don't even have the chest. Jeez, they could do better with the chest. Handguards of the Fire Lord. Okay. Yeah. Oh, he's got the staff. Yeah, he's got the staff. Okay. Oh. I keep doing... I've got sexy fingers. Yeah, so there's compromises there. They're not all... Oh, no, he's got some good shit. Good NFL Conquer. Okay. Almost fucking full... Oh, so he's not even... Yeah, he's not really... So he's done deep. He's done solid DPS. And Boda is not. He's got... Well, that head's not too bad, but he's got that neck. That's best biz for Demonology Warlock. Yeah. He just needs better trinkets, and he has a decent decent thing there, so that's fine. Happy days. And I think some of these Affliction Warlocks, if they changed back to Demonology, sorry, Destro, they'd probably be up there on these fights. So all bosses. Yeah, the top. Oh. So it's the top 3 are Destro, 3 out of the top 4, Destro and Brutalis, Felmister, 3 out of the top 4 are Destro, Eridar Twins, the top 3 are Destro, top 3 on Muru are Destro, and the top 3 out of the top 4 on Kil'jaeden are Destro. You still can be competitive with all the 3 specs, which is fucking great. The great thing about Demonology, like I said, it's bringing a huge buff to the rest of the other classes. But I definitely, if I had a choice, I'd be rating just Destro at the moment, especially for dungeons, especially for raiding. And going forward, going into Wrath of the Lich King, I would even consider rating as, until more data reveals itself. I've got to review a few things, because I had a few weeks away. I took a break, spent some time with friends and family, exercising, sun, all that crazy stuff. But from what I can see there, it's gone exactly as soon as I got a taste of Destro on the beta, and then pre-patch server, I could tell straight away, just based on the feel, just the rotation. It's just, the biggest issue with Warlocks, being a long-term Warlock player, so I've been playing Warlock since 2008, let's just say that, is it was frustrating to be in a class where they kept making it harder and harder. You had to click more buttons, and you had more of a ramp-up time to do damage and all this stuff. So it's tough if you were pugging back in the day, because when you were pugging, you needed things to go all the right way, and then you'd get, your DPS would go off. And when you pug and people are mispulling and fucking up, if you aren't going off, you get kicked. So as a DPSer, you got to pump. And so if you can be a bursty, instant cast, a burst type class, you're going to stand out, potentially got more chance to stand out more. Doesn't mean you're always going to end up with the best overall damage. But definitely I thought the last 8 years of private servers for Wrath of the Lich King have increased main bosses, raid bosses' life by 3, 4, 5, 6 times. That means when the raid boss gets down to 20% raid life, they have massive amounts of life left, and because the execute phase of Affliction is very strong, it takes the Affliction Warlock to the moon. Next would be Demonology, and Destro will be hovering in and around there. You still can play all 3 specs, even on private servers and stuff, but ideally the meta would be to suggest go with Affliction. But what I experienced on beta, what I experienced in PTR, and definitely in Sunwell, and definitely in pre-patch, the life of raid bosses and dungeon bosses are not high enough to get the best juice out of Affliction. It's still competitive. I think just Destro has the edge to burst and deliver more, and it's a simpler, faster, quicker rotation, especially if you've got the haste and all the rest of it. That's my opinion, and I'm going to bloody stick to it, okay? I'm going to stick to it. So, well. And, okay, I've seen enough there. But, yeah. So that's looking good. So what I'll do is I'll smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. I'm going to F around a bit more. It's getting late, but I'm going to start to watch my football team, Tottenham Hotspur, play in the next couple of hours. Let's just see if they're playing. Optus Sport. Let's have a look. When's Tottenham playing next? Oh. In an hour and a half. Okay. It's not so bad. Okay, no dramas. Well, I will... Oh dear, there's a level 79. I will... And so, if you're going to come in and you're going to go Destro, and also... If you're going to be main specing Destro as your raid spec and potential main spec, I would change your, if you've got it, I would change your why I've got these people as friends on my, I don't know. I would change your, oh. Hang on, I've got errors here. Where is it? So I'm running a add-on that gives me some sexy. Get rid of that loot cancel. Skillet. I probably need to upgrade that one. Yeah, I would go with 40 spell power. You're losing 14 shadow damage. I think if you're running pure affliction, you'd be staying shadow and frost spell power. I forget what the name. Oh, we'll just have a look. We should be able to open it up. So let's just have a gander. Soul Frost. So Soul Frost gives you 54 shadow and frost spell power. As you can see, that the mats are quite pricey, but definitely I would go. I should have it. Major spell power, which is 40 spell power. And that's 40 spell power to fire, shadow, and everything else. So basically, I'm losing out on 50 odd spell power, which is a decent amount of damage. But anyway, it all adds up. All right, smoke me kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. Just hang in.